Hi, my fellow target individuals and patriotic Americans who are my friends and viewers who watch my YouTube channel. I am going to be telling you, just like always, how I've been doing as a target individual recently. My mom and I went camping with my papa a few days ago. I keep getting stomach aches. I got a stomach ache and nausea the night that we slept in the tent. That was weird because the time we camped before, I got sick and I was vomiting while we were on the way to camp. I don't know why every time we go camping, I feel like shit. When my mom and I don't go camping, we just go up there to hike, I get a little bit sick, but not sick enough to vomit. On the road, I get headache problems, fatigue, and some allergy problems. But mostly it's headaches and fatigue. And it's always in the same area of my head, right here, here, and down here. Sometimes my neck hurts too. I think I'm being hit by a direct energy weapon or a Gwen Tower because every time we drive through Charleston, a town, or another town that's nearby it, I get attacked heavily, and it's as if somebody doesn't like what I'm saying and thinking to myself while I'm around Charleston or in Charleston. It sucks. And they make me feel like shit when I go into town to shop with my mom in Charleston. I don't know why. They try to make me feel like I'm a fucking poor person or that I'm being selfish and other stuff like that. When I'm shopping and I'm trying to have a good time shopping. When I went camping and when I'm out in the woods, I get hit less. And I feel better out there. When I was up there, I got some Berkeley's polypore mushroom and I made some Arby's style but vegan version barbecue Arby's not barbecue beef roast sandwich vegan version. Then after that I ate some salad that needed to be eaten before it goes bad that I made Asian flavored. And then after that, I ate some yogurt and fruit with some nuts. Today I ate just egg with vegan bacon, cayenne pepper, and on the side I had sourdough bread, crumbles with apricots. That's what I had for my food today. I also made some jerky, chicken flavored jerky out of the Berkeley's polypore mushroom that I want to eat as a snack when I go hiking. And I also made some turkey style Berkeley's polypore mushroom to eat as turkey with other types of meals. I have some Berkeley's polypore that I found months ago froze in the freezer for this winter time, and I'm using this mushroom as a tofu substitute because tofu is expensive and this mushroom is for free from the woods. They use Berkeley's polypore. When I mean they, the mushroom foragers like me and survivalists use this mushroom as a tofu substitute, and tofu is a meat substitute. You can make all kinds of things with tofu, and that means you can make all kinds of things with this Berkeley's polypore mushroom. You can make chicken out of it, beef, even pork, but I prefer not to make pork substitutes with it because it's not pink or fleshy. It doesn't have that kind of look and feel to it that pork has. And you can make all kinds of different textures with it. Like, you can make beef roast out of it. Steak. All kinds of things. And I've been trying to eat 2 types of mushrooms a day because they're mycelium and they're chemicals, so they make in my body act as antimicrobial defense against my body in order for me to fight off chemtrails, even though they don't seem to be doing a lot of chemtrails nowadays. I think it's because they ran out of the chemtrail shit in their factories or whatever, and Robert Kennedy and the people that are allied with him are getting down to the business on the chemtrails, along with the EPA, which the EPA and the government agencies that Robert Kennedy is in charge of are BFFs, because Robert Kennedy knows that the environment messes with your health just as much as bad vaccines and bad food does. He's not going to let the chemtrails go on, and he is a friend of Jim Lee, Climate Viewer. I think Jim Lee, Climate Viewer, he's now a government person. He works for the government now. I think that's the reason why he doesn't make a lot of YouTube videos as much as he used to. And he's the kind of guy who doesn't make a lot of YouTube videos when it comes to frequency wise, because he likes to take the time to think about what he's going to say and give blueprints and plans on what his YouTube videos are before he makes them. And whenever he does make them, they're like an hour or 2 long, and sometimes I think even more than that, because he's trying to educate people deeply on what's the issue and the little itty bitty details of it and how to fix it. And he's also trying to emphasize the importance of the issue and the importance of how to fix it, and to actually go out there and put in the effort to fix the issue. I haven't been able to talk to people today that I want to talk to because I've been cleaning the Berkeley's polypore mushroom because it has some bugs in it. And I also had to clean the fridge a little bit, along with the kitchen. I had to clean my bedroom. I had to unpack my camping stuff and clean up my camping stuff as well. And I had to take some of the mushrooms I got up in the state forest that we camped up and put their spores around the woods near my house, because that's what I do. I am a amateur mycologist because I use mushrooms as food and medicine, but also because I know that they're good for the environment and they help break down soil and make new soil. And that I just will get pieces of mushroom, a little bit of pieces of the mushroom, and I will put them on a log and in the ground around my house, and they'll just start growing. I take mushrooms from all kinds of places, state parks, national state parks. I think that's what Mongolia National Forest is, a national park. I know the New River Gorge is. I also take mushrooms off the side of the road, which I don't eat them because the side of the road is not the most cleanest place to get something and eat it. And I get mushrooms from deep in the woods that are behind my house or down the road of my house. Then once I get them, I will put the pieces of them or entire whole mushrooms on a log or on the ground where I know that they will grow. I do this to help the environment out and to help my health, because I actually will go out there and collect the mushrooms and put them in my food. And when I do so, I have a rule that half of the mushrooms I eat and half of them, or 1/4 of a dollar, 15 to 25% of the mushrooms will go to the woods to become more mushrooms next year. Sometimes they grow months instead of a year after I plant them. I do this to help my environment and also do this to help myself because I know I'll have more yield next year when I do this. It's very time consuming to collect mushrooms and then cook the mushrooms and then go back in the woods and plant the mushrooms. This takes hours on end to do this, but I have to do this for my survival and I have to do this for the environment's survival, because the environment needs the mycelium just as much as it would need a litter cleanup or a detox bath. A detox bath is when you put a chemical in a body of water that cleans the body of water up. Or a detox bath can be a powder bath that you put in the environment, like on trees or rocks, that clean the environment out. It's basically a chemical cleaning of the environment. That's what I do. I do this with shungite, activated charcoal, which is C60 to C70. I do this with borax, bleach, baking soda, gypsum, eggshells, vinegar, water, and other stuff. What this does is that it remineralizes the soil, cleans the soil from bad microbes and bad chemicals, It does heavy detox of the environment, and it makes the soil the right pH level for a variety of different and very necessary plants and mushrooms to grow. And that's what I do. It's organic chemistry 101 stuff. I just combined all this fucking shit and throw it out into the woods or in the creek or wherever I can do it. Sometimes I can even put it in a lake or river. And I put organite cloudbusters and shungite pyramids and crystals. I take them up to Dolly Sods, Monongahela National Forest, New River Gorge, Beauty Mountain, and other places to put up an energy grid in my state of West Virginia in order to protect the Monongahela National Forest, Dolly Sods, New River Gorge, etc. from chemtrails, radiation, and bad energy in general. And I take my food scraps after I'm done eating and I throw it out into the woods, both around the woods around my house and the woods up around the Monongahela National Forest, for them to decompose and become food for plants and mushrooms. But not so much animals, because the food scraps are not that good enough for a bear or anything to eat it. It's like stuff like banana peels. They are not good for bears to eat, even though bears may try to eat them. But I don't think bears want to eat those types of things. Especially when there's other things that they would like to eat, like meat or berries. That's why berries are called berries. You see the word bear and berries? They're called berries because bears like to eat them. Bears are omnivores. They're complete carnivores. The things that bears like to eat is honey, because that's what Winnie the Pooh does, and they like to eat berries. They have a sweet tooth to them. And the meat that bears eat is either red meat, but mostly they like to eat stuff like fish. That means that they have almost the same preference that cats have when it comes to meat, because cats go crazy about fish. Especially tuna. Heck, we humans go crazy for fish. Especially salmon. Salmon's probably the most renowned gourmet fish for anybody to eat. Then the second, which isn't actually fish, it's shrimp. Then third would be, I think, cod or mollusk. I don't think that caviar would be number one because rich people eat it, because not a lot of rich people eat it, and a lot of people think caviar is fucking gross. I especially think caviar is gross. The fucking fish eggs? Yuck. Yuck. And also, black people and Asians, along with other ethnicities, are allergic to seafood, shellfish, and everything like that. The word shellfish sounds like selfish, so I wind up accidentally saying the word selfish when I'm trying to say shellfish. Vice versa. I find English language to be really weird like that. And the word witch sounds like which one. And the word mourning sounds like the word mourning, like mourning somebody's death. English is a weird as hell language. My cordyceps mushrooms are going to be growing here in a few days, I think. That I bought off the internet. I have some pieces of the Burley's polypore mushroom that I'm going to go out and plant on a piece of oak wood that I found. Then I'm going to go and get a pine wood or pine tree part to plant my cauliflower mushrooms around. Then I'm going to go and get a oak tree in the woods beside my house and plant it in my yard where there was 2 trees that died last year. They got removed this year. And then I'm going to put the mycelium of charcoal burner and milk caps around the oak tree that I plant, or oak trees. There's a lot of them. In order for me to have an oak tree with mushrooms growing around it, mycorrhizal mushrooms, milk caps, and charcoal burner for me to eat. Charcoal burner is an actual mushroom name, but of an actual mushroom. It's called charcoal burner because its colors remind you of burnt charcoal. Colors you would find when you put charcoal in a charcoal burner. I didn't think this mushroom was edible at first. And I kind of mistaked it for being a wild wine cap. But when I re-identified it and I read about it, it was edible. I think it's a type of Ursola. Or another name for it, brittlegill. I wish I had something to show you. Oh, I know what to show you. I got from the woods. When I went camping. I'm going to be making an Oregon one with this. I don't know what wood this is. I think it's maple or oak. See the hole in it? I'm going to put a crystal in that hole. Then I'm going to make the wood part really pretty. And I'm going to put copper wire around it. Then another day, after I'm done doing all that, I'm going to get a magnet and put the magnet on it.